Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, wake up in the morning to the clear blue sky. Turn up the music when I hop in the ride. The windows down, let the whole world see. Can't nobody rock it like little old me. I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and about to blow up.
Good morning. We want to welcome you to the Riverside Weekly. We hope your time with us today is thought-provoking, spiritually challenging, and a life-changing experience. Our discussions and messages can be raw, real, and at times very uncomfortable and even controversial. We highly encourage all of our guests and listeners to take notes, leave comments, and when possible, always share what you hear. Now here are your hosts, Pastor Selo and Pastor Mia.
Recording. So you're not going to walk up?
No, we're good. Start off right here where we're at.
Hi, it's Wednesday.
Good morning. Good morning. We're having conversations, sidebar conversations.
But the fact that we both looked at the camera at the same time was classic.
Oh my goodness. We're almost at 100 episodes.
Nice. So what are we going to do for 100?
You get a car, and you get a car,
and you get a car. Hey, I can afford Matchbox cards, can't you?
Bam, there you
nice.
go. Everybody's inboxes.
Send us your addresses so
inboxes,
we can send you
direct messages to
Instagram,
Twitter, like any of our social media inboxes, and we will send you a brand new car. And then, yes, we'll do that. You'll get a brand new car from us if you direct messages. Like, you got to DM us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like wherever, YouTube.
We'll send you a brand new car.
Send us your address so we'll know where to ship that car. And you get a car. You get a car. For 100 episodes, we're going to give away 100. We're going to give away 100 cars.
Woo!
The 100 car giveaway. All right.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to put that on our social media.
Do it. Let's do
giveaway.
it.
That's good.
It's coming. And you know what's creepy is that the 100th episode is on September the 11th.
I think it's somewhere in there. I think
so should we give away tickets to New York?
No, we're going to 100 yards. We're going to give away 100 cars. I like that, 100 cars.
Oh, man. We going. Why can't we? You know what I mean?
That's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
Make sure y'all like, Twitter, share, all that.
Go follow them. They're going to give away 100 cars.
But only our podcast people really know what's going on.
That's right.
So we're going to give out. We're going to, we'll even make them Hot Wheels. They're not even going to be off-brand. They're going to be like, or we could do we do 50 Matchbox and 50 Hot Wheel.
I'm sorry.
Those are name brands.
I wasn't a Matchbox fan though. I was Hot Wheels all the way.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, So, do that. Because we were literally talking about, like, what are we going to do for 100 episode? We're giving away cars. Okay, 100 car giveaway.
100 cars.
Boom. There you go. All right. Okay, so what are we talking about now?
Okay. So today, in that retrospect, we're going to talk about being broke versus being poverty-minded.
That just sounds so churchy.
Well, I know, but you can change it to whatever you want. Because,
no, I mean, it makes sense, but I mean, it just...
Well, let's just think about the cars. You could get excited about the 100 car giveaway, and you can be like, yeah! How can they do that? Broke is just the state of mind.
Ooh, that's good.
I'm in.
Right.
You can either be poverty-minded or you can be broke-minded, and broke is temporary. Poverty is a state of mind.
State of mind. It's a perspective.
Yeah, perspective. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. So being broke is only temporary because that just means you don't have any money in your pocket.
At
Explain
that moment.
To us.
So what I learned is that being broke, is not the same thing as going for broke.
I don't know what that means.
Actually, kind of, I guess it is. So, being broke is more like not you're at your end. So, being broke could be as bad as or as low as filing bankruptcy.
Okay. Well, the dictionary definition says having completely run out of money.
Yeah, being exhausted. That's what I'm saying.
Penniless.
So that's you playing Monopoly, trying to figure out how I'm going to stay in this game, or just coming to the conclusion like, okay, I just have to get out.
Yeah.
being broke, literally, it's exactly what you just read. It's like you've exhausted every financial mean that you have. You've sold everything. You've gotten rid of everything. Like there's no way for you. Let me rephrase that. There's no way that you have any more money. Like you have no more money. So that's being broke.
Right.
Poverty minded and having an attitude of poverty, saying that there's no way for you to get money again.
Okay. So it says the state of being extremely poor.
Yes.
The state of being. See, there's a difference.
Right.
And that's what this podcast is about, is explaining
'cause
what that difference is.
Yeah, because a lot of times people think being broke is being in poverty, and sometimes they think being poverty is being broke, and they're two different things completely. So you can have somebody that has hundreds of thousands of dollars making a 6-figure income, and they can literally have a poverty mindset.
Oh, I got it.
Then you can have somebody that's broke and they don't think that way.
It's kind of like we said before. You can take a girl out the ghetto, but you can't take a ghetto out the girl.
Yeah, kind of, I guess. I'm not quite sure.
You said you can take a person out the hood, but you can't take a hood. You can't take the hood out of
a person. Yeah,
because they're minded. Their state.
Yeah. Okay, that's what
being.
you're saying. Yeah, their thought process and their mind is that way. Yeah, and for having a poverty mindset or thinking in a poverty perspective means that you never have enough money. You're always like poor, like you think you're broke all the time. You know, I know today. I'm not sure why that's going off. I know today that a lot of times young adults. Their idea of being broke is like having less than $1,000 in savings.
Yeah.
You know, like, well, I only got $1,000 in savings. You know, and so
that ain't
for
broke.
them, that's broke. That's broke. Like they're broke
because they don't have that cushion that they've learned to have behind them.
Right, and so and then you have other individuals,
Sorry,
you have other generations where. They're not broke. They just have a poverty mindset. Like they never have enough money. They think that they're living in poverty, and they're not really living in poverty. You know, and so I think it's a perspective. You know, and a poverty mindset to me is more wanting what you don't need or having what you don't need. If that makes any sense.
That's the
poverty mindset.
Okay.
So in other words. This is probably going to hurt somebody. I can just feel it. When it came into my head, I'm like, this is going to offend somebody. It's like having that brand new TV in a house that needs a roof.
But you got your
TV, right? You got like all the latest.
But it's HG.
Yeah.
It's HD.
No, but I mean, like really, like you have all the things that are not necessities. And the necessity is a new water heater. The necessity is a new roof. You know, those type of things. But you've got all the newest gadgets, and then you complain that I can't pay for my roof. I can't pay for these other different things. And it's not that you can't. It's just that your priorities are different, and so you live in a state of poverty. Like, and so your thought, if I don't want to be poor, is you're buying all the newest, latest things. Ouch. That hurt. I just messed with somebody.
You can get off the podcast. You can leave right now and out the door, because you're really going to hurt some folks' feelings. I would say that not everybody is in the state of poverty just because they have those nice things.
Right. I'm not saying that, but a lot of times that's what happens.
A lot of times that is it. So I'm going to hurt their feelings now. I'm going to hurt your feelings. If you know how much you make a year, hold on to your britches.
Uh-oh.
The 2019 Federal Poverty Guidelines chart
said poverty guideline.
Yeah.
I didn't even know there was such a thing. Let me check my guideline of poverty. How broke you is. How poor is you?
The poverty level for a household of 4. This is a yearly.
So this is a husband and wife.
And 2 kids.
2 kids, or I'm sorry, husband, wife, and a wife. Whatever. 2, right? Like.
Okay, 2.
I don't want nobody to get all upset. Well,
okay.
Anyway.
For the poverty level for a household of 4 is an annual income of $25,750. That is a family of 4.
So if you're
for
making
a year.
So if you're making, between both of you, if you're making 25,000, you're at a poverty level.
If you're making under that,
25,000 or below.
Yeah. because the poverty level's 25,750.
Ooh, a little 750.
To get the poverty level for larger families, add $4,420 for each additional person in your household. For smaller families, subtract $4,420.
So basically, 4,000 from that starting. That's a baseline.
Yeah, that's their baseline. Yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting,
isn't it?
So you could be making 25,000 a year, and not even. You may be
poverty.
Well, I mean, you may be living in poverty.
Yeah,
but that doesn't mean that your mindset is poverty.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think that's the difference between having a poverty mindset and being broke.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
You know, so like
we always say, like we used to say, you got champagne taste on a beer bottle budget.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so you're willing to pay for things that you can't really afford, but you think that you can afford them, but you really can't. You know, because I know people. They're like, Pastor, why are you driving that old?
Why are you driving that old beat up truck? Excuse me.
Like, I ain't got
a car payment.
We paid our car off years ago. We had one car payment, and I'm like, bro, I am not doing that again. Like, I'll buy cars on payment, like on payments, but it's not going to be like if it takes me a year to pay a car, that's too long. Like, I need that sucker done in 6 months or less. Like, you know, and it's because I understand. Like, I would rather not pay that interest for a longer term contract to pay it out, and plus the interest that goes with it. So I learned, I guess, kind of, I don't want to say early on in life, but I learned, you know, when we bought our first couple of cars, like, oh my, you can never pay them off. Like, it just, same thing with like credit cards. You're just like, oh my goodness. But for me, I would just rather drive an old car that needs air conditioning in the summer, or let me rephrase that: drive an old pickup truck that has heat in the summer and AC in the winter.
Heat in the winter.
No, it has heat in the summer and AC in the winter. Like, I mean, I'm okay with driving like that, you know.
You mean the 260 it comes with?
Yeah, it comes with two windows down at 60 miles an hour. That's a good air condition.
Oh, 240.
240, 260, whatever it takes.
Whatever. That right there, brother, that's a broke mentality.
That's poverty mentality,
hey,
Pastor.
No, that's broke. That's broke because that's only temporary.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm okay with it. It doesn't bother me to.
That's not poverty at all.
I mean, somebody's going to be like, thumbs down. I don't know what y'all talking about. But I think it's a matter of perspective what you're willing to spend your money on.
Yeah.
You know, I do understand that, like, the generation that are coming up now, Gen Z, millennials, they'll tend to pay for experience and not for other things. Like, they'll pay more money for an experience than they will for things that they need. Or
you talking about a concert?
Yeah.
You throwing shots fired?
Well, no. I mean, yeah, shots fired. But I mean, I was listening to a radio broadcast the other day, and they were sharing how millennials and early Gen Zs, they will spend on credit cards or go into debt for anywhere between $1,000 to $1,500 for concert tickets.
Yeah. For the experience.
Where, man, you might get $15 out of me for a concert. If I have to
if I have to pay
$25, if I have to pay $25, if I have to pay $25 for a ticket, I'm like, yeah, I'll watch the video on YouTube. Like, I'm not paying that, you know. Put my surround sound on and get some popcorn, you know. But I have to really, really want to see that artist to be able to do that. And okay, maybe I don't know. That's just a lot of money.
Brother. You be paying some money for some Pumas.
No, I don't hardly pay. No, because I don't.
You talking about your wife? Your wife doesn't pay money for him.
I don't hardly pay for that stuff though. Like, if you think about, like,
don't come over here tooting your horn.
Well, I bought like 4 pair, like, and I paid some money for those.
4 pair.
All right, okay. You're making me feel guilty for being blessed.
Oh, hashtag blessed. Hashtag, I mean.
Don't be hating on me because people be buying me stuff, man. I'm not poor.
Oh, well, obviously somebody thinks you poverty minded.
Brother, you need some shoes.
Let's go buy you some shoes, Pastor. Pastor, you need some shoes because you think poverty minded.
But you need some socks to go with them shoes.
Because of your quitters.
Because your quitters.
Somebody told me the other day, what's a quitter? A sock that
just won't stay up.
It just that right there, brother, that's poverty minded. No, I'm just kidding.
That's broke. See, why don't you get some socks? Because they still cover my feet. They be quitting, but they on my feet.
Here, let Let me sew some string in it. Tie them up on the
No, we
side.
used to get rubber bands.
Oh my goodness,
They
that's
quit, put rubber
poverty
band,
minded.
put rubber band on. That's
That's
funny.
poverty minded. See, that's poverty minded.
Wait, and it's funny because it's not that my mom and dad wouldn't go buy us socks. We just never told them. We would just get going, and
That
my mom would
I
get
did.
so mad.
Yeah.
What are you doing with these socks? I'm like,
Making me look all bad.
yeah. She used to get so upset with
Yeah.
us.
That's why they don't like, moms don't like for you to go out the house with
Wrinkled,
wrinkled clothes.
yeah.
Poverty. That looks like poverty.
Yeah,
Okay.
my
You
mom
just
and
broke.
dad,
You ain't You ain't poor.
Man,
You broke.
Couldn't wear tore clothes, tore lint. Boy, like now people pay money for that stuff. Don't make no
You
sense.
paid for those pants?
I remember growing up, and you were thought to be poor if you went to thrift shops or Goodwill or Salvation Army.
never.
If you went into those places, like you were
Now
made
it's
up. You were
hip.
made fun of. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were made fun of. Like you're broke. Your mama shops at Goodwill. Like all that. Like that's
Oh, I
literally the
remember
thought
that.
process. And now I'm like, well, my mom don't, but my wife does. So what does that mean now?
But my wife got me a brand new leather bag for $1 at the Goodwill.
For real, I like that
mean,
sucker too.
Yeah,
I used that for a long
I
time.
know you did.
But I think just understanding that being broke is
It's
temporary.
really all
It's
of-
temporary,
yeah.
and
And
pover-
poor.
Being poor or poverty minded it's really
Mental.
perspective.
Yeah.
Like how you're looking at it.
Yeah. But I think both of them. That's the thing. I think both of them are. You really. It just depends on where your mental capacity is, or where your thinking is. Your stinking thinking, honestly, because broke is temporary, but broke is just a state. It's just a moment. You're gonna get income again. Like I love telling people about this thing you did one time. So he took our youth group one time, and I don't think it was the leaders, but you gave us all $10. Do you remember?
Students,
that?
yeah, it was students.
Students, and he gave us a challenge. He gave us all $10. Was it
$10. It was $10. Yeah.
And we had to see who was going to be the one who was going to come back and have tripled or doubled or
I was talking about talents. Would be about being able to taking what God gave you and then adding to it.
yeah, but
You know.
he gave us the $10 and he said, I want to see who's going to take this $10
And do something with it.
and not do something with it, multiply it.
Multiply it, yeah.
Multiply it. And so people were buying candles, turning around and flipping them and selling them for $5.
Some people just went and bought some burgers. I ain't even mad.
I don't remember
No,
that.
I'm just messing around.
Oh, I was like, I don't remember that. But I'm just saying that it made me think about it because the hustler went and got dollar stuff that was quality stuff and then sold each item for $10 and brought in $100.
Yeah, they did some crazy stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that if you're a hustler, you're not in a poverty mindset. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying for you to go and hustle people and for you to be a hustler. But a hustler, when you think about it in the work setting, is somebody who is not poverty minded. Somebody
Yeah,
who
they're-
is
they're
like,
trying to
I'm
do-
a go-getter and I'm going to get
Yeah,
it.
I might be out of money.
Yeah, I
but I'm
might be
gonna-
out of money, but it's only going to be temporary.
just for a minute. Yeah.
That's what I
That's
love
the
about
diff-
being
that's
a server.
That's a different perspective than
Yeah.
being like, I'm out of money. I can't get no money. Nobody will give me money. And I feel like a lot of times that's where they get stuck in that position of they want people to give them something because they've run out of whatever it is that they have. Right? Like I ran out of money, so I want your money. It's like I ate all my French fries. Can I have yours too? Like
No, go get your
it
own.
don't work like that.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, being in hashtag server life, I would just say that that's us. I mean, we're like, oh, I'm broke today. I got to go to work. I got to pick up a shift. I got to make some cash real quick because, we survive on tips.
No, I'm joking.
But I'm just saying that broke, I thought it was very critical that we talk about it because people can be stuck in a poor mentality and you really aren't poor. You're just stuck in that
thought
mindset.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, a lot of things come out of that, from that poor mentality. The way you eat, the way you dress, the way you carry yourself,
the way you talk. Yeah.
Not even that. I hate to say that, but hoarding comes out of that too.
Yeah, because you're afraid to lose what you have.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you talk about you're in that thought process. What triggered this thought is that when you can be poor and do things excellent.
Yeah.
You can have real quality even though you're poor. But if you're poor and you have a poverty mentality, everything is at its lowest.
Yeah.
Like you do the least amount, you put the least amount of effort. I mean, it's literally a mindset of like, it's almost just like a woe's me negative mindset of like, well, I don't have money and I don't have this, and like that's literally your thought process, like all the time. You do things so that you can have things that you really don't need or want things or go places and do things, but you're just at the end of the day, your whole thought process, well, I need more to get more.
Yes.
And people that are broke that are not poverty mindset, they'll lose everything. And they'll be okay with it. Like it's not just because I lost everything.
I'll get it again. I'll get it again.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll work.
Just because I lost at Monopoly, I'm gonna play again. I'm gonna play again.
Oh,
Deal me in
tomorrow.
at the next hand. Right?
I'm gonna win tomorrow. Let's do it. Type thing. Yeah. But I just thought it was really important to talk about the different mindsets of that, because broke is a temporary state and poor is a mental thing. Poor is it is a mental.
It is mental, but I mean, perspective. It's a mental perspective. Yeah.
And perspectives, I think they're like opinions.
You got a butthole and you got a butthole.
I just think, you got to change your goggles sometimes and your perspective lenses, and you got to be
for sure.
Can you see now? How about now? How about now? How about now? You know, I mean, take the blinders off and start looking. You might be broke, but there's always tomorrow. You can pick up a shift tomorrow. I mean, that's hashtag server life. I'm just saying.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I be like, oh man, we
and
have money today.
And that's why we're giving away 100 cars.
And you get a car. And you get a car.
See, we're gonna be bigger than Oprah. We're giving 100 cars away.
That's right.
100 episodes.
You tell them, baby.
You make sure that you get your you DM us to get your car, because we're giving 100 cars away.
Yeah.
Like, share, post, let everybody know. Like 100 episode, 100 cars.
Hey, it's only the first 100 though. So
yeah,
I meant
first 100. You only got a couple of weeks,
because we're gonna cut it off at 100. I mean, we might be broke after that, but that's all right.
Man, thank you guys so for listening. Thank you for tolerating us for 100 episodes. We're fixing to hit 100. Man, that's no.
And I wasn't gonna go here, but I'm gonna go here before we end. I just wanted to say, I mean, we did get a thumbs down and stuff, and I got my feelings hurt and stuff.
You did get your feelings hurt.
I did.
Somebody gave us a thumbs down on our.
How dare they?
We ain't even got 12 videos up, man, and we already got a thumbs down.
Thumbs down. I was like,
we either hurt somebody's feelings or we were really bad.
I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But I mean, I heard one person say one time, even bad publicity is still publicity.
Yay.
So we're still here. And you don't get a car who thumbs down us.
Oh, we're going to give 99 cars. No.
No, they're just not going to get one. All
Man,
right. Sorry.
Thank you guys so much. Bless you guys. Thank you for listening, watching. Tune in, man. Catch up with us. Like us, share, post, comment. We'll holler at you later. Peace. 100 cars. Yay.
I'm the bomb and about to blow up. I'm the bomb and I'm about to blow up.
Thank you for listening to the Riverside Weekly. Download the Riverside Waco app to stay connected and follow us on all social media sites at the Riverside Waco. This podcast is made possible by the givers of Riverside Community Church. Production and engineering provided by Capital G and DRS in Waco, Texas.